Stadium just south of downtown Los Angeles.
Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap
between the Washington football team
and the Los Angeles Chargers.
Steven Sims now on the return. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff.
More from L.A. in a moment.
A first down throw for Fitzpatrick. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick.
He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Fitzpatrick. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. K.J. Hill deep for the Chargers.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10
at their own 26. Throwing to start the drive. Herbert finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight width. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson.
And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Someone's looking fresh, and this O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain too.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Fitzpatrick now on 2nd down.
That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
1st down, Fitzpatrick.
And that's caught left side. Seals Jones with it.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
And they'll run here with Gibson.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Throwing Fitzpatrick. He gets it to Humphreys. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
To throw is Fitzpatrick. Got his target, Samuel. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first.
They've been moving the ball well, but this drive was in danger of stalling out. Fortunately, this is a nice throw here, and they're able to pick up a new set of downs.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Fitzpatrick. Again, he'll find Samuel for the completion. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
It's a game of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Chargers' 8-yard line.
It's Fitzpatrick. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
To the air again, Fitzpatrick. And this is going to be incomplete.
Yeah, it's still early in the game. No sense taking a chance on 3rd down and forcing one into traffic. So I like the wise play he made there. Get it to the sideline out of bounds where no one's going to have a chance at it.
Dustin Hopkins now for the Washington field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Hopkins' kick is good. And it's 3-0 Washington. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice win for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off. Here comes Nasir Adderley from his end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Charger drive about to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult holdover. Herbert has it knocked free, and it's Washington that scoops it up. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. The tackle made there by Kyler Fackrell.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
2nd down and 5. Fitzpatrick going to give to Gibson. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Washington on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. From the gun, Fitzpatrick.
flush to his right. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Ryan Fitzpatrick, an 8-yard touchdown run.
And Washington going to add on to their lead.
I'd have to say we're all a little bit surprised there because at his age, with his speed, or should I say lack thereof, the only rushing touchdowns I would expect are on quarterback sneaks. But here, he found all of his guys covered, and he said, why not? And by the way, if that doesn't fire up your team to see the veteran like that risking his body for the touchdown, I don't know what will.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Adderley, he's going to hold on to this one. A touchback, and the drive will begin at the 25.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Herbert off of play action. He'll get this out wide to Eckler.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. A shotgun snap for Herbert.
And it's hauled in by Jared Cook.
The tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Running on first down, Eckler. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And complete right side to Cook. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate. Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Now it's Herbert.
Right side caught by Jackson. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll make this a 2nd down. from the 24. Herbert, quick hitter here, it's complete.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 13-yard line.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Herbert operating from the red zone.
Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. They'll contain him to just 4, second down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
9-yard line, 2nd and 6. Herbert
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free, and there's another example, another incompletion.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Back to throw here, Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Kelly to try to punch it in. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Here's Herbert.
He'll drop this one off to Eckler.
He'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he's in for a Charger touchdown.
Austin Eckler.
A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Chargers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal.
Long now will kick it away following the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And leading 10-7, they may just want to get this to the locker room. And Fitzpatrick's throw into the hands of McLaurin. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Washington going to go on offense one last time in this first half. And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away from field goal range.
Play action now. Fitzpatrick. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Fitzpatrick. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. They'll throw again. Fitzpatrick. Looking long for Thomas.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top.
As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
The Charger drive about to get going. They started on the ground with Eckler, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler.
And Eckler will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack. Going to stop him short of the first down.
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Here's Ty Long now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Going to be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Catch here, left side, Thomas. A gain of 6 there on first.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Fitzpatrick on first down.
Throw right side, taken in by Gibson.
That catch good for only a couple.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Fitzpatrick again.
Open man is the tight end, John Bates.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, that was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. Fitzpatrick.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. And this will depend on, they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. The last couple of drives have ended in punts. Maybe the crowd minds that, but you're a defensive guy. You're okay with a couple of punt drives.
Listen, I'm the guy that loves a 0-0 pitch game. All right, in baseball, I can handle that going into the 7th inning. I think the crowd, though, they want to see a little bit more excitement. Let's see if someone can break something free on offense and get going.
Offense at a premium the last 2 drives.
2nd and 5 now. Herbert. This is swung out to Eckler.
And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket. Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
And this is Cook with a grab.
2nd and 2.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone.
2nd and 2. Herbert back to the air. That'll be complete to Cook.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. He'll get this to Eckler. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Again, Herbert.
And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Herbert will give this one to Eckler.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
It's Eckler again. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
Eckler, touchdown, Chargers.
He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10.
Long now will kick it away following the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
A first down throw for Fitzpatrick. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, Fitzpatrick. Hit as he throws, and the ball is out. It's a live football.
Offensively lucky they were able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. From the 36, Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. Touchdown, Allen! Keenan Allen, 64 yards.
And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
Long now will kick it away following the touchdown. Here's Sims to return. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On 1st and 10, Fitzpatrick.
Finding Samuel.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Here's Fitzpatrick.
It's caught. Humphreys takes this to the 45. Not much space there after the nice move. 3 yards the gain there. Second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 45-yard line.
Clock running as Washington will try and hurry up. Now Fitzpatrick.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Thomas. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Fitzpatrick throwing complete. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Complete to J.D. McKissick. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the Chargers' 34-yard line.
Fitzpatrick, the old war horse, getting everybody up to the line quickly.
Fitzpatrick to throw. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about it if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
And Washington now getting their 3 timeouts.
As the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
On the give, this is Eckler. Now room for Eckler. And finally taken down at the 34. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout,
as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Herbert to a knee, and that should just about write it into this one.
Charles, in this one, I think the storyline really, the fourth quarter, coming into it neck and neck, but they were able to separate, put their foot on the gas, and get